Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about how to be happy regardless of your circumstances. Just as a reminder, this YouTube channel is all about helping you to achieve an amazing life. Our ultimate goal is for you to be happy. And today we're going to talk about how to be happy in any circumstance. You know, we grow up being conditioned that happiness is based on external things. So the situation that we're in, getting what we want. In fact, most of us believe that happiness comes from having what we want, but that isn't necessarily true. Oftentimes we can get exactly what we want and we can still be unhappy. So if happiness doesn't come from having what we want, where does happiness come from? You know, Steve D'Annunzio wrote a book called The Prosperity Paradigm, an amazing book. I'd encourage you to read that book. He talks about the have, do, be versus the be, do, have. And the have, do, be is the belief or the mindset that if I have this, then I will do these things and then I will be happy. So if I had money, then I would donate money. And then because I have all the money and I'm able to donate, then I would be happy. The opposite of that is the be, do, have. And so that is choosing to be happy, to do the actions of I'm going to donate to charity, and then the result is I will have money. That seems to be backwards from what we are oftentimes conditioned to do and to believe in our society. You know, it's kind of like that same idea of you say to the fire, give me warmth, and then I'll give you fuel. It doesn't happen. It's backwards. So we need to create who we are in the circumstances and the situations by being happy and being the person that we want to be, instead of waiting for the circumstances to determine that for us. So again, if happiness is not determined by our circumstances or determined by having what we want, what is it determined by? Well, happiness is a choice. If you think about it, there is nothing in life that means anything until we attach meaning to it. That's a pretty powerful thing to understand, but it's also self-evidently true. Because if you look around, you can find situations where the same people experience the same situation, but they experience it differently. And they do that by attaching different meaning to it. So two people can go through the same experience, and one could come out of that experience feeling like a victim and that life is unfair and that it's scary. And the other person could come out of that same situation empowered because of the knowledge that they gained from that experience that allows them to make different choices moving forward to create more value in their own life and value in the lives of others. So if we want to achieve happiness, first of all, we just need to make a decision that I want to be happy, and to have the understanding that I can choose to be happy at any time in any situation, and that my situations do not determine my emotions. It's something that I determine by my thoughts. So if I'm experiencing an emotion of unhappiness, of jealousy, of fear, any of those kind of negative-based emotions, the first step is to turn my brain on and to shift my focus from the event, the person, the situation, and to bring it to my thoughts. And to identify what are the thoughts that I'm thinking about this situation. And then I can ask myself, is that thought true? Byron Katie, here's another great book I would recommend. It's called Loving What Is. Byron Katie says the process is to ask myself, is it true? Second question is, can I absolutely for sure know that it's true? And then it's, okay, well, what can I do about it? If I can't do anything externally about the situation, well, I can do something internally about it. I can change my thoughts about that situation or event. And then our emotions are not created by the event or the circumstance or the person. Our emotions are created by our thoughts. So here's the link. We have the trigger or the event. We have our thought, which the trigger or the event has no meaning. It means nothing until we attach thought to that. And with that thought, we attach meaning to the event. And then those thoughts create the emotion. So if we are feeling anything other than happiness, it's because of the thoughts that we're choosing to think. If we don't want to be unhappy, then we change our thoughts. The other thing to think about here is, if I want to hang on to an unhappy feeling, since I'm choosing that, there's a reason that I'm choosing it. So now I want to go back in and I want to look at what is the payoff of that emotion. So I may say or tell myself, I don't want to feel this way, but if I continue to feel that way, then the truth is I really do. There's something about me that wants to feel angry, that wants to feel sad, that wants to feel jealous or hurt or whatever it is. Once we identify what that is, now we have the power to change that and to realize, is this goal or outcome, is it really in my self-interest? And is it principle-based? Am I trying to accomplish or do something here that I don't have control over? I'm trying to control somebody else? If so, I want to let that go and bring it back to myself and say, is this a situation where I want to be right rather than I want to be happy? Or I want to have what I want to have more than I want to be happy? And then be honest with ourselves. And if we just want to be right, then own the consequence that comes with the thoughts that create that emotion. That still empowers us if we can move away from blaming other individuals or blaming circumstances. And really that's what this is all about, is empowering you to know how you can find happiness in any situation. And it ultimately comes by you taking control of your thoughts and being accountable for those thoughts that you think and staying focused on you rather than on other people or other situations. This will give you true happiness if that's really what you want. In order to learn more about what we're doing, visit our website. You'll see it listed below.